Be my number 5 game on the list, only because there's another game that just slightly takes it a little more than this one for the PlayStation Portable. The next game is a PlayStation Portable game too. You guys can guess what it might could be, because it's one of my favorite series out there. And this one is in my top like 3 or 5 like favorite franchises out there, and a lot of you know that. And this game is God of War: Ghost of Sparta for the PlayStation Portable. This game is really good. There's not much to say about it because it is a God of War game. You know, it does a little more than its predecessors, and you know, adds a little couple of things here and there. Like you can, like, I can't really remember. I played this game back in November when it came out. This game, like, it rivals God of War 3 almost. It really, really does. And the only reason it does is because of the PlayStation Portable limitations to it. This game, if this game was like on a higher console, this game would have totally destroyed God of War 3 to me. But like with higher graphics and like what else they could do to make it larger and everything. But this game is a real big step up from Chains of Olympus. I really like Chains of Olympus a lot, but this game is like at a totally different level. This game I would consider on the levels of God of War 1 and 2. This game, gameplay wise, it's better than God of War 1. Even God of War 2 probably, but I think God of War 2 is probably my favorite God of War game. Either that or God of War 3, I don't know yet. But yeah, it's a God of War game. It's basically, Kratos is finding his brother Deimos that was taken by Thanatos, which is the god of death, and basically just goes on from there and everything. So it's really good. Pick it up. It's probably under $30. It's just worth it for what this game is. You can beat this game in like 7 hours, but it's a God of War game. You'll always like revisit it because it's just that awesome. Okay, my number 4, and this is the game I was telling you about that I moved to number 4 instead of 5, and that's because there was a lot of replay value in this game, and that's Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. And yeah, this is the limited edition that you can't even find anymore. I didn't think it was going to sell out like that fast, and this was really actually limited. Like, it was sold out fast for pre-orders online and everything. I pre-ordered mine. It was only like $10 more, I think, or whatever, but besides the point. Peace Walker is that amazing. What makes this jump into 4 and 5 is because there were so many side missions in this game. It was very different from the other Metal Gear Solid games, and this game is better to me than Metal Gear Solid 4. The story is just as good as the other games. The gameplay is awesome. They fixed it a lot from Portable Ops. So, like, Portable Ops I did not like. I thought it was shit to me. I mean, it was good for what it had for the PlayStation Portable, and that came out in like 2006, 5 or whatever. But that was a side game. This is actually a full sequel. Like, this game, Hideo Kojima really wanted this to be he wanted this to be Metal Gear Solid 5, but the reason why I think they changed it, I believe this is what the reason is because that it was for the handheld systems, and you know, if it was for a higher console, then it would have been called Metal Gear Solid 5. That's why I don't understand why Metal Gear Solid 3 was called Metal Gear Solid 3. And it should have been called like Metal Gear Solid 0 or something like that, like some sort of prequel, or just Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater or something, because that game was just a true prequel. That game took place in the late 1960s. This game takes place about 10 years after. It's like in the mid-1970s or something. Yeah, I'm not going to get far into it because the stories in these games are just so mind-boggling. Like, but you can buy this game for like $20 now. It's really that cheap. I highly recommend this game to anyone if you have a PlayStation Portable, PSP. This game is just that awesome. Recommend it. Go get it. It's awesome. It's Metal Gear Solid. You can't go wrong with it. Alright, my number 3. Now, this game it's the best higher console RPGs I played in such a long time, at least action RPG. And that game is sorry, I'm just trying to clear my throat. Is Mass Effect 2, and this is the limited edition, which you can like hardly find anymore. This game is absolutely amazing. This game is hands down so much better than the first game. The first game had like so many problems. I would like probably not even go back to it again because it had so many problems. The navigation was pretty bad in that game, but I really liked it for what it was, for the story and the innovation that they put to it. That it was like it was just very different from other RPGs. And I like the fact that your character talks, which is Commander Shepard, and you're supposed to. Oh, I can't talk. Yeah. So yeah, this game it's considered an action RPG. It has RPG elements. It's more of like a third-person shooter in a way, but I like to call it an action RPG because it has most of this game has RPG elements. Otherwise, it's a TPS also. There's not much to say about it. It's Mass Effect 2. It's just really that awesome. It's hard for me to explain about it. I don't like spoiling things, and it's really not much I can talk about. Otherwise, because you can choose like different paths to go with the story. I like being a dick in the game sometimes, which is like you want to find out what he's gonna do next. If he's gonna like blow someone's head off like while they're talking to you. It's funny. Something like that was like in the first game. It was hilarious. But yeah, recommend this. Go get it. You can buy this game for like $10 brand new for the Xbox. Not this version, the regular copy. But you can buy it for the PlayStation 3 also, which I think looks a lot better. Which it does. It has like the graphic engine that will be in Mass Effect 3, which I'm surprised that game's coming out this year. I think it's gonna be pushed. I don't know. There's way too many games coming out this holiday season and this year in general. But yeah, Mass Effect 2, great game. It stays as my number 3 for 2010. It was a game I did not think that was going to be in my top 10, but it is. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I never heard of this game. Not many people have heard about this series. It's becoming a little more well-known to the handhelds now, because they come out with like 3 of these games in less than a year. And a lot of them are remakes, but this game is a true sequel to the series, and that's Ys 7 for the PSP. This game is absolutely amazing. I love this game. The story is really good. I like the characters, even though you're the main character, which is Adol, the guy with the red hair. It's on the back too. He does not talk. He's one of those kind of like, oh, Adol agrees with this, Adol blah blah blah, or whatever. Like they text it out for you. Now there's another game that came out last year too. I started to play a month ago, but I got overloaded with other games and other things. I played maybe like 4 or 5 hours into it, and so far I actually like that game a little more than this one. But what I like about this game more than that one is that you have a party, and they follow you and everything, so they can help you out. And I really love the action RPG genres. I like the story more in this game than Oath of Felghana, even though a lot of people say that one they find is better, but I think this one's better. I think graphically, it's a little different. Like this game, the pixels are a little like a little faded to me in this game, but that doesn't really bother me, so it doesn't affect it at all to me really. But comparing to Oath of Felghana, which is a lot more texture smooth and everything, characters look smaller in that game, by the way. Yeah, what I like about this game is like I love dragons and everything too. So you have to fight like these 7 like dragons or whatever you have to like defeat them, and so you can like save the world and stuff like that. It's one of those JRPGs, you know. But this game is amazing. It's a very simplified system for an action RPG. That's what I love about it. About the Ys games. I didn't know about it until Ys 7. And also, actually, I didn't know about it until like Happy Console Gamer talked about it, but I never really looked into it. But then I started to because everyone was saying, like, oh, these are like really underrated, like great action RPGs, and I was like, oh, this actually does look pretty cool. So I picked it up, and this game is like this game I have to say is my favorite PSP game of all time, and I had a PSP ever since like when did I get a PSP? I got it, I think I got it in 2006, I think. I got it almost like around when it first came out. I think I waited maybe a year, but I haven't really appreciated the PSP that much, but games like these make me want to play my PSP now. Like, there's so many games I'm actually playing for PSP now that I'm playing, you know. I played like Kingdom Hearts from last year. By the way, that's on my top 10. So I'm not a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but but yeah, E7, amazing game. You could buy the the premium edition for like under $30 now, I bet. From what I've seen, and it's still around. I thought it was gonna be very limited, but yeah, number 2 game, such an amazing game. Go pick it up if you have a PSP. You're missing out on this great title here.